nice houses. I think we're all scratching our heads about how these internet people make money online. Now, if you're someone who's maybe aspiring to do the same thing, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to make almost $300 a day just from TikTok. And you don't need any starting capital. You don't need any investment. You just got to make content for 15 seconds. If you want to know how creators are able to make money on TikTok, all I got to do is keep on watching. All right, guys. First of all, what's up? My name is Jade and welcome to my channel. I have to make a huge disclaimer because I feel really bad if I don't say this. So if you're new here, I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur and I have businesses all about social media. And the one thing I've learned is if your goal is just to make money and that's your focus, you'll never be able to achieve that goal by focusing on it, which means don't focus on the $300 a day. Like, I know you could buy literally so many clothes from Urban Outfitters. With $300, you could literally pay off rent in a month, right? If you make $300 a day, you could literally get an iPhone 11 in just 1 week. So yeah, I know it's pretty lucrative and pretty exciting, but don't just have the intention to make money. What I've learned is TikTok is a social media app that's built on fans and followers. So if you ask people for money, they're gonna go away. But if you build a genuine relationship and trust, then you'll have longevity to put out other revenue streams in the future. So if you're looking for a quick rich scheme, I am not this video. I would click off and watch someone else. Today's video is actually gonna be kind of boring, but I'll try to make sure it's entertaining. I actually brought in a TikTok expert, Selena Killa. She's over 500K on TikTok and she hates calling me a TikTok expert, but we're gonna pick her brain on how creators are making money on this platform. So one of the most important ways you guys can make money using TikTok that we mentioned in this video is selling merch. So Selena and I were talking about opening up a website to sell products. Now, one of the most important things when building a brand is having a memorable domain. So I actually really wanted a website called pbj.com. I was so mad when I realized that the domain name was taken or unavailable. I actually got pbj.site instead for one of my businesses and I love it. Guys, it's way more short and sleek and perfect for building a memorable brand. So whether you're someone who's wanting to start their new TikTok career or sell merch in the future, you can actually use .site extensions for your next website. Next time, all you gotta do is go to get.site or click the link in the description box. Thank you .site for sponsoring today's video and we'll get back in today's video. All right, guys, so I'm here with Selena Killa. Can I call you by that two names? Sure. I'm here with Selena, and Selena is primarily the TikTok expert we talked to in the last video.
I want to see if I can even take down the e-boy king. Oh, we can see, I don't know about that.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I wouldn't say I'm a TikTok expert, but yeah, I'm good.
Well, today we have a few questions for you since I don't know as much. My first question, Selena, is what are the ways people can make money on TikTok? And if so, do you think it's actually sustainable to make a living?
So you can make money through lives, which gives you the donation.
Wait, hold up. So for people who don't know, what are live streams on TikTok?
So it's just like you're sitting there in your room or wherever you are and it's happening in real time and you're talking to whoever you're talking to and your fans, and they have a little button. They can buy gifts, which is their money, and it sends it to you. And so you basically get gifts, and those gifts translate to actual money that you can transfer into your PayPal account.
Do they pay you out like every month? Is it like YouTube AdSense, or is it just a cash out?
So you can do a cash out. You have to have $50 at least in your account to be able to cash out. I think you can cash out up to $1,000 a day, and that's about it.
Wow, very cool. So live streams is one revenue stream. What else would you say?
Brand deals, for sure. I think brand deals now are coming more into like fruition just because we were talking about that, the sponsor post now, so you have to put hashtag sponsored because it's more of like a serious concrete thing because there's so many people actually getting brand deals and you don't want to like kind of muddle the lines of actually like, is it a brand deal? Is it just something that you like or so?
And I saw you recently do like an LED. Wasn't it an LED like that? Okay, there's like ways you can integrate it creatively, right? Like you don't just like hold the product, you make it fun.
No. And I think that's the great thing about TikTok is that they want you to make videos to catch people's eyes. They don't just want you to be like, oh, here's a mug, buy it. Because I mean, I feel like sometimes in YouTube you kind of have like the whole video to kind of convince people to buy a product. You have only like a minute to 16 or 15 usually seconds to make someone want to buy it. So for my LED lights, they said I could post as many videos as I want as long as I tag them or like talk about the lights, then I can do whatever I want.
See, the thing with TikTok I found, and this is personally for me as a user, I find a creator I love, for example you, but because the algorithm is so like, there's so much content they give you every single day, you can get lost. So I saw that that a lot of your followers on TikTok followed you on Instagram. So my question for you is, because TikTok might not be the platform to like just make money, have you found that because you grew on that platform, you're directing it on other traffic sources?
Yes.
Is that the same thing?
1000%, because I don't think I would have gotten half the brand deals I did if it weren't for me connecting my Instagram to it. A lot of companies reach me through Instagram because my business email is on there. So they will email me through that, or they'll DM me or anything like that. But usually on TikTok, since you have to follow the person to actually message them, you both have to follow each other to be able to message. So fans can't just randomly message you like in Instagram, where you can have like your DMs that you can't, they won't see if that makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, now I have like 20,000 people, almost, I think 20,000 on my Instagram, which I did not think was gonna happen.
So I guess it leads me to my third question, which is your own product. Because on YouTube and Instagram, I've seen that that's a third revenue stream. Is that the same? Have you seen TikTokers create merch or their own product before?
I know a couple of people that create merch through websites, or they're trying to create their own brands, or they collaborate and make music for people, or they make actual plush toys, stickers, anything that you can think of they're making. Some people are really creative. They make their entire design, or some people just plaster their username on it and call it a day. So it really just depends what you qualify as good merch. But yeah, it's happening. And there's people that will reach out to you and say, I will make your merch for you, because I've gotten that plenty of times, but I'm not ready yet. I don't want to be one of those people that just plaster something on a shirt and then just says, okay, give me money.
Knowing those three revenue streams, the donations, brand deals, and then product, have you seen anyone, or maybe personal stories, like, can you make a living off of it? Like, is TikTok enough to maybe do it full time, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. I think because it's opening a lot of doors for people. I know that another way that people are getting money is actually companies that produce music or have rappers. They'll say, please use this song, make it a trend, we'll give you $300 a post.
Wow.
So it's not only just merch or anything like that, it's companies that are trying to utilize these people, because they obviously have an influence that's like really fast growing, and it reaches people really quickly that they can make a trend with that song, because there's so many artists that have blown up just from TikTok. So I think definitely you can make a living. I know a rapper, he blew up on TikTok, and he says he was barely getting his bills paid, and now all of a sudden he's getting brand deals, and he got signed to a record label.
Let's just break it down. Like, I think you give this advice, like, don't do it for the money, but for people who want to see the potential of what's possible, I'm gonna ask, maybe this is too personal, but like, what's the most you know that someone has made, let's say, at like one single live stream?
A couple $1,000s, because a lot of people use these tactics to enforce people to pay money. So they say, okay, drama queen is like the most you can pay, right? It's like $50 basically, even though TikTok takes some of that money because they need to make money somehow. So they say, okay, I'm wearing this sweatshirt. If you donate 3 drama queens, you'll get more numbers in a raffle to get this sweatshirt. So they give an incentive.
Oh.
Yeah, they give an incentive,
That's
which
smart.
is fine. I personally don't do that because I feel like it loses a connection to my fans, because I have a lot of, younger fans. I have a lot of fans from different places, and they can't afford to give me money. But I don't want to like ostracize them for not giving me donations, because people will ignore you if you don't give donations sometimes. I've seen TikTokers that would be like, where's the donations? Give me money.
Give me your fucking money!
And those people, that doesn't work well in the long run.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, to me, that's why I'm like, I make a decent amount of money from TikTok, but I think I don't make as much as other people, because if I did like, oh, if you guys give me a drama queen, I'll add you to my private Snapchat. I don't do that. But I know in the long run, I'm going to have fans that actually stick with me because I treated them well.
Right, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, do you feel like brand deals, and although donations are great, revenue streams, it's less long-term, and maybe creating a product will have longevity because the customer's getting value, and it's an actual business where you're able to scale it. Do you think the direction maybe you're personally going into is creating your own product for longevity?
Just give me 1 second. Mom, wait! Just like, we're having breakfast. I told her I'm like doing an interview thing, and she's just like, okay, we're making breakfast. I love her though. Okay. It is definitely not long term, but I think that this is a running point for people, because I just got a huge brand deal that I can't talk about, but there's issues with that already, so it's like crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, I'm getting brand deals that are like starting to step up bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, which is great, but I also want to create my own brand. Like, not just me, but my own clothing brand in general. But I know I won't be able to get there unless I have my fans to support me. So right now, I'm just kind of focusing on, I'm gonna get as many fans as I want. That's not true, but it's like grow my audience, stay connected with them, and then they're gonna support me in the long run. Because everyone wants me to do merch. I'm not ready for merch. I know that.
What are you waiting for?
I'm just waiting for a decent team, because the only thing I don't want to release something that's subpar.
To come back to this full circle, the last thing I just want to talk about is the mindset, because I don't think we dove into that much yet. A lot of people see the potential of TikTok and they want to do it because of the money. And I'm not even talking about TikTok, I'm talking about YouTube, Instagram. They want to do it because of fame and fortune. How do you keep a mindset? Because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like maybe you stumbled onto this. Like this was a more genuine passion for you, and then you found ways to monetize. Is that what you recommend for everyone? Like just to create something they like first, or like because so many people, like what advice would you give to someone who wants to do it because of money?
I got that question a lot, asking like how can I get famous? What do I do? And my answer is always like, this is an app you're supposed to have fun on. Create genuine, original content that you like. You can follow trends, do things like that, but once you start getting analytical and being upset about numbers and being upset that nobody's viewing your stuff, that's pointless. People didn't see my stuff for a while. And then I had one video about Japan that just blew up. And I could have just stopped there, but I kept going because I enjoyed what I do. It shouldn't be about fame. That's my point, because I didn't do this for fame. I just got really lucky. And I don't think I'm famous. I just think I'm popular.
So Selena, thank you so much for coming onto my channel, and I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe, and shout out to the comment winner.
Shout out to the comment winner. Comment on this post to be featured in the next episode.
If you want to be the next comment winner, comment below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Wow, we have a quick interruption as a reminder that this video is brought to you by brandmannetwork.com, a space for artists to develop their brand and build out their marketing infrastructure with ongoing mentorship to actually grow their fan base. And if you're specifically interested in TikTok consultation and guidance, then you can check out brandmannetwork.com/TikTok. Let's get back into it.
Wow, what's up everybody? Once again, it's Brandman Sean, and I am back with Trey Little. You guys might remember Trey Little as the artist who went from 0 to 100K followers on TikTok in 1 month. And I did him as my very first interview with an artist as a part of the How to Get Famous on TikTok series that I have, right? And he's had a lot of interesting things that he's happened, not only in that interview, but since then, because that interview has seemingly been so long ago, because so much can happen in 1 week on TikTok, let alone 3 and 4 weeks. So about a month later from that first time we talked, he has some other things that we can talk about, just an update on your life in general. I want to let you kind of share what that's been like on TikTok, but then also we're talking about how to get paid on TikTok, because Trey is already getting paid on TikTok. I want you guys to get an idea of what that experience is like, how you can possibly look to monetize TikTok, and just how big and easy the opportunity might be in comparison to other platforms. So hey, without further ado, we're back. Trey, I appreciate you hopping on again.
Sure, man.
Hey man, tell me, man, give me an idea. We were already talking about this before a little bit, but how has your life changed? What has it been like? You know, you touched on being recognized more than usual and things like that. What's it been like?
So the crazy thing is, when I go places now, like I feel like you know, I'm almost expecting or like looking for some high schooler or middle schooler to like notice me from, you know, TikTok, and then their parents to be like, wait, you know this guy? You know, it went from me like having the little amount of recognition that I had from year after year after year of touring and playing so many shows. TikTok is almost like put me in front of people's phones every day because of the page called the For You page, which is TikTok's Discover page. So everywhere I go now in public, like if I see a high schooler or a middle schooler, they're almost like, and then I stand out because of my hair, because of what I wear. Like they're like, oh, I've seen you on the For You page before. So that's been like one of the biggest things, actually having people recognize me. And then when I go do events now, like if I play a built-in crowd with like 200 to 400 people or whatever, a lot of people will be like, okay, who's this guy? Like, hurry up and try to impress us. But now it's like, oh my gosh, we've seen this guy before. Like the last event I did, it was like 400 kids, like middle schoolers. And when I stepped on stage, people were like, oh, this is the guy from TikTok. This is the guy from TikTok. And for me, it kind of caught me off guard, because I was like, oh my gosh, man, this platform is really impacting my career on a practical level.
So Yeah, man, I love what you said in terms of the career impacting you on a practical level. I mean, even from the standpoint of, it sounds like it's making shows easier, because when you think about the fact that, look, like when you don't have to introduce yourself, right? People already recognize you, and
Yeah.
you don't have to get over that hump of who is this guy? And there's somebody, even if I don't know who you are, and there's other people like, yo, this person is here. And you see other people shocked and happy to see you. That's still going to make me more receptive to understanding, like, yo, maybe this is somebody I need to get to know. So it's cool to see that you keep having these encounters, because I remember seeing some of your videos as well, like on IG, like running into like fans and stuff like that in the mall.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see the rise.
Yeah, sweet, man. Thank you.
So tell me about the money. Let's get to that part, right? Like, I think you were on for how long before you made money?
So I think once you hit like your first 1,000 followers, that's when you can actually go live and monetize. So before I really made anything, I think it was like a month or something like that. So it was a month of me being on before people actually was able to start like really donating. And because like the first 1,000 followers, they're not really going to donate that much, you know what I mean? Because there's not enough people. But once I think I hit like 20K or something like that, the donations like picked up, you know.
What is that like? Like, what do you do to get donations?
So what I try to do is I try not to monetize like right away. I try to do things that are organic and stuff like that to make people want to give, but I'll go live and I'll like basically start talking on live and just start like telling my story. Or one of the most impactful things that I've seen is when I start playing my music like live in a studio, or if I'm making music and I set up my phone and go live and I just start freestyling or something like that. Like, people love those kind of videos when they get to see you in action recording, where they get to see you actually rapping live and they get to see it like for themselves, and it's like happening in real time, you know. So that's what make people want to donate, to whether you like dance or you talk, or even if I've done like motivational, like, yo man, let me tell you my story, and encourage people and ask me questions. And then, or sometimes I'll put it in the caption, like send gifts, you know, like when you go live, you can kind of put the title of the video, and I'll do like a quotation, send gifts or something like that. And then people just start donating these little coins, and then the coins translate to actual money.
Man, like the beauty of what you just said, right? There's so much we can unpack from that, but just the behind the scenes part, and you're getting paid to show people behind the scenes of your music. Right?
Yeah.
Like we already talk about that from a branding standpoint and what that can do. But in the same way, we might say, hey, you need to get some subscribers and an email list and all these things, so then you can monetize and show this package or do a Patreon or any of these things. You're essentially able to do that by just going live, right? And once you go live, you're telling me that they're interested and appreciate you being in the studio and just doing that stuff enough that they're donating. So that's cool, bro. What was that even like when you first realized that and went through that?
So the cool thing, it was like seeing that people start donating. And one of the most exciting things for me is like when people donate like some of the biggest prizes. So some of the biggest prizes goes up. So whenever people donate like a "You Are Rich" or something like that, "You Are Very Rich," I think it's like $20 or something like that, or $10. And because the coin,
I've seen that before. I thought that was just like a weird spammer saying something like that in the comments.
Yeah, and it's like when they donate like big prizes, and then it does cool stuff. Like you can donate concert, and you got the little things like Panda and different little small like little packages they can donate. But once they donate like the big ones, it does something cool on the screen. So like if they do concert, there's these little characters that roll across the screen with guitars and start playing, and then a whole screen start lighting up, and it make you feel kind of like, whoa, this is pretty dope, you know. So it's like a good feeling, man, because it's like me being a full-time artist, man, like year after year, it's like I have to sell merch, I have to do shows, and the pressure is on, you know what I mean? So like anytime I can get any extra donation, like it makes me feel really like encouraged, like, okay, this is working, because it's scary, you know what I mean? When you step out and you got bills to pay, especially me having a family, like it's like, okay, I have to make sure I'm being strategic and meeting my deadline of X amount of dollars I need to make. So TikTok is starting to finally convert into like, okay, if I need to make X amount of dollars per month to pay rent or whatever, like it goes towards it, you know what I mean? It's like big chunks that I can actually put towards it that I don't have to go out and do somewhere else, like you know what I mean, like driving Uber or something like that. Like it helps. Wow. So I can stay at my house and like do what I love to do, you know.
dope, man. I mean, especially when you think about it as with that replacement of income where you were talking about extra money on the side and stuff like that. I hadn't even thought about it like that yet. But the first check back when you sent me, right, money, right, and, or showing me like how much you had made was $50, right? What was it like when you see people are paying, right? Because this is interesting. It sounds very similar to Twitch and how the things pop up. I haven't even experienced that part because I don't get on people's lives just yet. I haven't had the time. But did you feel like you had to do anything super extra? Like, were you nervous when it came to asking for the donations initially? What was that? What did that feel like?
I wasn't nervous at first because I realized that some people actually have money like saved up on their account just to like give to some people that they want to support. Especially when I start telling a story of like why I do what I do. Like when I start telling people my story, hey, you know, I stay at home with my son and like, you know, I dived head first into music and this is what I do. This is how I pay the bills. Like, and I don't ask for anything. I'm just like telling my story. Like this is how long I've been doing it. And people want to feel like they're supporting you. So like I have one person who consistently donates, like, you know, like one of my followers, Madeline, like she always jumps on my live and she's just like, donate. And there's like all these coins. And I'm like, man, why do you donate so much? And she's just like, I really believe in what you do. And I just want to be like, I'm glad I get to be a part of it by donating. And she's from Sweden. She literally lives in Sweden. You know what I mean? Like, and she just
you got a super fan, a legit super fan.
Yeah. And the thing is like, once you make that connection with the people, they feel inclined to donate. And the crazy thing is like, it is coins. So when people donate coins, it can be like $5. And then because TikTok take half, it can go down to $2. So when you see people donating a lot and then they do those big donations, that's when it start converting. Like I think I got on live a couple more times and hit like $75. And it like jumped up from 50 to like 75 just by going live like another once or twice. And then one of the best things is like when I get a video that really starts trending, like my video that hit a million and 1.7 million views, my followers literally just started going crazy, right? That's when I went from 50,000 followers to 100,000. They literally just was one viral video. And then I went on live and I literally had 160 people at a time jumping on and off. And then when I finished up the live video, it was like, they said it was 5,400 people in that live. It was over 5,000 people total. And me being on live in a span of like 3 hours. And I was just like, this is crazy. So I think the more that like you get like a video that's going viral, and once you see it going viral, you jump on live and then people just start donating because you have so many more people in front of you. And once you start telling your story, that's when it just, you know.
Interesting, man. And I think it's important to note, I've said this in one of my first TikTok tutorial videos, but yeah, TikTok does take half, right? It's 50%. But I don't know. I want to get your opinion as the artist, because I know so many people when it comes to so many things that people do in the industry, whether it's a manager or whatever company, the percentage, and you don't like giving, you know, splitting that percentage with anybody. You want to own everything. What is your perception of this, though? Do you think about this the same, or is this more just like, yo, this is dope that I can even make this?
Yeah, because one of the biggest things is like, I know I wouldn't be making that money either way. Like if it wasn't for TikTok providing a platform, it's like a lot of times, yeah, half of it seems like a big cut, but when you think about, I wouldn't be making this either way, that's when it gets better. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I can make $100 from going live, and they might have took 100 from that, but that's another $100 that I get to make just from sitting in my house telling my story, you know?
And that happens all in a month's time, right?
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. It's a huge echo where you're at right now.
Oh, my bad, man. Let me move because I was trying to go somewhere quiet, but
all right.
It's that reverb. All right, can you hear me better now, or is it still?
About the same.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me go somewhere else. My bad. I like didn't have those. My AirPods went out. So. Yeah,
I got you. That's better. I'll say something again.
Okay. Check one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's not as bad as the place you just left. It's a little bit, but not as bad.
Okay. You know what? Let me go outside. My bad.
All right.
Let me just step out here. All right. All right. What's good? Can you hear me?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. me see what we just talked about. All right, cool. So obviously money is a real thing on this platform. There's been a lot of interesting opportunities as far as how it's actually converted over into real life. Have you gotten to a point where you've pushed it over to streams and worked to do that yet?
Okay, that's another big thing that's really helped a lot, because what I've noticed is I've heard other people that I followed on TikTok go online and they talk about, yo, my YouTube has went up and my Spotify, but my numbers really didn't peak when I hit like 20K. Like I still was like kind of going steady. But once I started getting a couple viral videos, things started to spike on other platforms. So for instance, I finally hit the requirement to monetize on YouTube. Once I monetized on YouTube, like any video I basically monetize gets, you know what I mean, a certain amount of money coming in. And then on Spotify, I get paid for like the streams. So because of going live on TikTok and then getting paid from the Spotify revenue and YouTube, it all kind of comes together, you know? So I've seen all my other social media platforms like spike and like numbers, and my monthly listeners are going up on Spotify. So because of that, I'm able to make more money from like YouTube ads, Spotify checks, and then, you know, through the live videos.
So you're seeing it all around. I have to say this again and again, because this has been the shocker for me since all the artists that I've been working with personally on TikTok. I've yet to see a platform that's been this transferable to other platforms. It's like you don't even have to work to bring people on other platforms and they'll go, let alone anything you do on top of that intentionally. So that's your experience?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Like, and like I said before, like coming from an artist who literally started rapping at age 9 and then started really like touring professionally, like 5 years ago, playing like massive like festivals, you know, featuring with headlining artists, you know, in front of 10,000 people, 20,000, 30,000 people. I've seen a lot of different things in the industry, a lot of groundwork, and really trying to get, like, whenever I get at, like I played this event called Winter Jam, and it was 10,000 people this year in Michigan. And like, it's so hard because when I played it, it wasn't my set. So people wasn't there to see me. I featured on the headlining set, 10,000 people, but then they shouted me out and everything. But then I had to go on Instagram. I had to go through all the hashtags of hashtag Winter Jam. And I had to comment on hundreds of people's posts. Hey, thanks for coming out tonight. We enjoyed you, you know, kind of like in the comments. And then even that conversion, conversion was so low. So when I say I've been doing so much groundwork to like, when I first started going out to schools or malls and passing CDs out, it's like I've never really seen anything convert as quick as like the TikTok is, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like it's a perfect platform right now why it's so early, where if artists already have a catalog and they've already been doing you know what I mean? If they've already been doing the groundwork, this is just something to kind of help expose and elevate that to where like, it'll just help expose that versus like, because for a minute I was kind of jaded, like, man, I've been doing music all my life, and now this little app come on and it's like giving me everything that I wish I had. And then I'm seeing like 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds literally make a booming music career out of this. And I'm like, I've been doing this all my life. But I'm like, you know what though? If I didn't have the catalog, if I didn't have all the tour vlogs on YouTube, if I didn't have all of the experience, now when I get booked to go do a show, TikTok goes hand in hand with all of the work I've been doing for like 5+ years. You know, it kind of ties in together, you know?
Yo, man, I really appreciate that perspective. I think that's going to put things in perspective for a lot of artists in general, because it's real. You were prepared to take advantage of the opportunity. Yes, there are some other people who are blowing up, but the way you'll be able to flip it is different than a kid who just started popping off of that alone and didn't have any of that other stuff established, right? They have to go another way to continue to capitalize, where all your infrastructure is now just elevating at once. You have a whole tide that's rising, you know what I mean?
That's so true. So then that's the way I try to look at it, you know?
Is there anything else, all right, just in this talk, where since last time we've spoken, where there's just been like something real interesting that's happened with the platform, or something interesting you've noticed, right, as far as how to continue to be successful on the platform? Or I'll even leave it at this, right? Now that you're on another level, right, you've climbed some part of the mountain. Can you see something from up where you are that you didn't even understand at the beginning?
Yeah, so one of the big things is like, like really, instead of trying to, like, you have to follow trends in a way, but the thing is that set us apart is our unique story. So I did a video about, you know, how I was born in the street wars of Detroit, and like how my mom was a teenager when she had me, and I was like my raw and honest self, and like how I lost my dad at 4. And then I talked about, this is why I do music and why it's so impactful. And I did all that in a 15-second video, and that video hit almost 2 million views. And when I realized that, like, man, if I keep telling my story, which sets me apart from all these other guys that's trying to blow up on here, all these other people that's trying to go viral, the only thing that sets me apart is my unique story. So like, that's like been a big thing. And I think the more followers you have, the easier it is to grow. So like when I was at 1,000 followers, if I got a video that hit 600 views, hit 600 views, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. But now I'm like, man, I'm trying to hit 10K minimum for each video I post. So it's like knowing that the more you grow, the faster you're going to start growing. It's like you start projecting faster. So it might be hard. I see a lot of people getting on there, and then they get on there for a week and they don't go viral, and they get discouraged. Like, you got to be on there. It took me 300 and something videos to finally figure it out. But I've helped other people get on there, and they post one video, boom, instant fame, like overnight. And that didn't happen with me. I don't feel like I've been lucky ever in my life. So like, that encouraged me to know that my process is the work until I make it process. And if people stay consistent and figure out what works, like, you know what I mean? Like, basically putting out as much content as you can, and then you see what works, you know what I mean? And then whatever works, you like double down on that. And that's been like what I've learned. Like the videos where I'm showing people Detroit, like I'll be like, in Detroit, yo, like I'm walking up to this abandoned house, this is what it looks like. And then people like, oh my gosh, like, thanks for taking us there. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. And that perspective is humbling, and it's dope to hear you say that and speak that way, because there are a lot of people who don't blow up fast enough in their minds. And look, and a lot of people who say they don't want to post 5 videos a day, 6 videos a day. I'm not saying you have to do any kind of number, but just understand, no matter what you're doing, right? Whether it's learning to play basketball, how to hit a ball with a baseball bat, how to be good at math, or blow up on TikTok or YouTube, whatever. To figure it out, the more that you do, right, the better you're gonna get at it. And the more you do in a short period of time, right? 6 videos a day is gonna help you learn more than 1 video a day is, or 1 video a week is. That's just a reality. Let alone the possibility, right? The numbers and at bats that it might take to blow up. Just literally doing it more is going to help you get better at it faster. And you got to understand, how fast do you want to learn it and get good at it? Because there's a window of opportunity, and do you want to take advantage of that window or not? Like that's how I see it.
Yeah. And you said to end, like, can you hear me good? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, yeah. And to say that too, like, the big thing is, like, I don't want to get used to all of the attention that I've been getting, because I know, like, this thing could disappear quick and it can go back to like what I'm used to. So like you said, while I have the opportunity, I'm trying to capitalize off of it as much as I can. To throw in another thing, I got Superphone, which like helps convert some of my followers to get their phone numbers to be able to text them. I'm trying to get them to follow me on Instagram, and I'm trying to really collect and connect with them as much as I can, to where they're going to be, I'm trying to cast my net as much as I can, to where if TikTok disappeared tomorrow, I've gained something from it. You know what I mean? So, because it can disappear tomorrow, and like, I'm trying to get prepared for that. You know what I mean? Just in case that happens.
Hey, I love to hear it, man. Spoken like somebody who's been doing this for a minute and understands the value of the opportunity versus, you know, somebody who just started popping and they literally just started rapping yesterday. So like that like I see it, man. I already see the grind, and I appreciate the grind that you've been on for so long. And thanks for doing this video again and having another talk. Y'all make sure y'all follow Trey Little. It will be in the description below. It'll be on the video itself, TRAY Little. And of course, at Brandman Sean. As always, this video is brought to you by brandmannetwork.com. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you like it, you might as well share it. And if you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button.
you are going to make money watching this whole video, okay? These are the top 3 ways you can make $1,000 per day or monthly on TikTok, okay? So you're in for a great treat here. I'm going to teach you how to make some money on TikTok. And the first method, we're going to go to it real quick, is you can actually advertise on TikTok. But how do you advertise to younger kids, okay? But once you master this skill, you're going to be able to basically market to people with this new opportunity, because this is a new platform, and the average person has 3 major opportunities in their lifetime. Here's one of them for you. It's a new advertising network, okay? It's usually very cheap for you, and with Facebook ad costs rising and some of you guys getting your accounts banned, this is a huge opportunity for you to enter into a new advertising platform and promote to people, okay? They're typically cheaper because they're new, okay? So you can take advantage of this. It's very powerful. Now let's talk about it. So the powerful thing here is you can advertise on TikTok, all right? It's a younger audience. You got people in India, in the United States, and all these things. I teach CPA marketing and affiliate marketing, and I also know a lot about drop shipping. So those are methods you can actually use, okay? Especially CPA marketing. You can basically get people to fill out CPA offers, which is cost per action offers, which basically every time they fill in their email, you get paid, okay? You can promote those offers on here and make a good killing. You actually don't need to build an email list unless you want to. You can make an absolute insane profit margin. I'm talking you can get emails for 10 cents and be making $5 per email throughout your sequence. It's very powerful stuff. But you could just set up a landing page and send them to an offer. But typically ad platforms don't even like sweepstakes, so you might just have to do the method I teach, which is build an email list, replica to the offer that's high converting, then have a back end. Very powerful stuff, and you can learn more inside the courses, because the courses can change your life, and I'm not scared to promote them because I have put a lot of work in my courses. I've purchased tons of people's courses, and I know what I'm talking about, but it's all for you, and it's just to benefit your life. And I don't make actually hardly any money from promoting courses. I make most of my money doing what I'm talking about here, and you can literally kill it with this opportunity. And it's all about the angle you're doing, okay? So it could be about a current trend. It could be angling to a certain location of people. You could be angling a certain type of behavior, a certain type of specific age. The more specific you are, it's a great angle. But you just need to be creative, because advertising is about being creative. And using the word free is very powerful. You can get insane click-through rates, okay? But yeah, you could take advantage of this, and it's a big opportunity for you. We're going to move on to the next one. And this is a very common sense thing here. Basically, be a creator and build a following on TikTok, right? And you can monetize them then or down the road, and you could sell something to them. Typically, influencers like to sell merch, but one of the most powerful opportunities in the world is entertainment combined with education. You can make millions of dollars doing that, okay? Very, very powerful stuff, and I'm glad I could share that with you. Next, we have grow big enough to get a solid brand deal. And I bet you all are thinking of a certain brand. Ones you see on Instagram like Bang Energy or Fashion Nova and all these ones. They definitely invest most of their money into influencers, so you can get a brand deal very easily if you have over 6-figure following. So yeah, there you go. You can make some money on TikTok. Check out my links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. And I will see you in more videos. Peace out.